Alright, so in 2.2 we're going to actually start the study of officially what a limit is. And I wanted to talk about this notation a little bit, so I thought I would use number 2 as a good introduction section. If you look at your notation that you have here on part A, the way that this is read is the limit as t approaches -2 of our function of t. That's how that is read. So what that means is what is happening to the y value of this function as the x value approaches -2. So in this case, we've got, instead of x's and y's, we've got t and s. So we've got t and then a function of t. So it's asking what is happening as t approaches -2. Now, the most important thing to know about limits is that you pay attention to the road there, and you have to pay attention to the road coming from the left and the right. So you kind of imagine yourself walking or driving along the graph as you get infinitely close to whatever this x, or in this case the t value is. And you look to see where it looks like you're approaching on the y. So, and this is what we call an ordinary limit. So an ordinary limit is one where you are approaching a number like we are here from, it's understood to be from the left and the right at the same time. So you're coming into an x value from the left and the right at the same time. So now in future sections we will actually have what we call a right-handed and a left-handed limit. So those are something different. We'll deal with those later, but right now we're doing this simultaneously. So if we look at as t approaches -2, so we're looking at what's happening as we're approaching this x value here at -2 as we approach from the left and the right simultaneously. So from the left, we're moving along this path here. From the right, we're moving along this path here. So as we approach our x value, it looks like our y value is going to 0. Now, it does not matter that the graph is actually open there. What matters is that we hypothesize, we think that as we get infinitely close to -2, that the y value is 0. So that is your answer. That's what a limit does. So a limit can actually allow us to look at a point on a graph that may or may not actually exist. So I would encourage you, when you're looking at limits, to basically, at that x value that you're approaching, block it off, cover it up, take a sheet of paper, cover it up, use in your head, cover it up, because it doesn't matter what happens at that point. What happens is, as we're moving along and we're approaching, it looks like our y value is going to 0. So that's kind of the fundamental idea of a limit. Okay, so if we look at the next one, we are approaching -1. So as we come into -1 from the left and the right simultaneously, we're moving along from the left, and then we're coming into -1 from the right. So it looks like our y value is 0. So it looks like those are going to, not 0, just messed that one up. It looks like our y value is -1. So they're both approaching -1. As t approaches 0, so that one, I think I'm going to pause and I'll finish this one out on another video.